We're live!
Ah! Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
It's back to school
It's
time.
back to school time.
And who's not back to school yet?
This guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't start till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
orientation
he's chilling with
today.
us.
Wait. So do we have to give him a name so we don't say government name? Because we've been saying it all this time.
Yeah, we can't call him Little Wack. That's just weird.
We're sorry again. We haven't even gotten fully started. I haven't even done the introduction yet properly.
What name would you like us to call you?
What do we call you? Volcano?
Yeah.
Frick, Frack, Paddy, Wack, Volcano!
So, welcome everybody once again. Frick, Frack, Paddy, Wack, and Volcano.
All right.
Special guest.
So, special guest Volcano. So, as always, we love you. We miss you. I know this new format's a little weird for almost everybody, including ourselves. But that's life. Deal with it. Just kidding. I love you. I miss you. Hug me.
No.
Oh, okay. It happens. So, but as always, we want to encourage everybody to jump in, share, chat, like, subscribe, ding, flick, ring the bell. Oh, you guys forgot Volcano's here.
He's like, what?
Have you guys seen this?
Ring the bell.
You seen this?
Ring the bell. That's right. Hit subscribe.
Ding.
Say subscribe, everybody.
No, not literally.
Hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe, guy. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. But anyways, yes. So subscribe, follow, watch, and like on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, and always on ffpw.live.
Live.
So please donate as well. Why not, right?
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Sure.
What are you doing? Hey, they gotta stay looking at us.
All right.
All right. So
Volcano's going to take over now. Volcanoes, tell us what's going to be happening now this evening.
we're gonna talk about our niches.
We're going to talk about Unlimited Monster Truck
And we're gonna talk about trending topics. Say trending topics.
or the bowling game.
In a bowling
A
game.
bowling game. All right.
Apparently.
Bowling is trending right
We
now.
are going to talk about grinding my gears. Somebody that grinds my gears. We're going to talk about something awesome. And we have memes of the week. You know what those are? They're funny pictures. And then we have our focus segment is back to school. Who's going back to school?
The TV.
The TV? No, the guy on TV. You.
Yeah.
And then we have a bracket of school subjects, which is going to be super, super fun. And then we have a closing quote. And then, Patty can explain the brackets game because it's the only
Alright,
game we have
so,
tonight.
In our bracket, there are 2 choices for each level, and you decide which one you like better. If you agree with everyone, then you don't have to drink. If you are alone in your decision or in the minority of your choice, then you have to drink.
All right.
Or we could just drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that too. If you're thirsty.
We're trying to put rules for drinking here, but do they ever really
This
work?
guy's faces.
Volcano is making all kinds of
Volcano
noise.
is exploding.
So tonight's just a volcano show, apparently. So why are we even here? Why are we even
Keywords
here?
of the night.
Since we haven't seen each other in a while, we're going to stick with our government name. So we can't even say somebody's name. We have to call them
Who's that
Volcano.
somebody? Oh, okay.
Volcano.
Volcano. Of course,
Little
feel free
volcano.
to call us out because we do miss it sometimes. Hashtags in the night is FFPW20, back to school, and hashtag too cool for school.
Yeah.
Those big old blue
Should be able
eyes.
to pop up in the trending on that one.
Yeah.
So
It's passing over here right now, but I think I messed up when I was putting it in. I put too school for cool.
Wow, you would.
Listen, Dexia happens, okay? All right. And you know what? Fellow Lisdexians. No, seriously. Dyslexia. Who
Did we-
has it?
did we really jump ourselves right into grind my gears? All right.
What are you talking
What?
about?
Yeah, that's
The opening 10 minutes is right there.
Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Clicky Clickerson over here is
The
touching stuff.
volcano. The volcano.
Boom.
He's moving.
You are gonna
He's
go
there
play.
rocking all over the place.
Well,
You want to go play?
Yep.
While Volcano goes play, if he
Go
chooses to, so I'll start with our niches. So in the financial market, though, we're talking about small business again, something that we like to definitely talk about a lot. And actually, about 47% were surveyed by the National Federation of Independent Businesses say that they're raising prices. I mean, that's the biggest percentage increase since 1981, which was what? That was 39 years ago.
Wow.
Biggest
Wow.
increase in almost 40 years. And again, that's a lot. How many small businesses are out there? And 47% of them. Quit
Yeah.
counting the volcano.
Well, and
gonna
here's
explode on
yeah, I got pitched down.
Just
Yes. Okay.
Somebody walking around.
You're going crazy. Yeah, your volcano is exploding. So part of that, I mean, 47%. A lot of businesses really didn't increase their prices the way that they should have over the years.
Correct.
And that's a big part of it, is that incrementally it didn't. So it ended up with these really big jumps
Yeah.
in the last even 5 to 10 years, which one also forced people to realize I need to make more money. And that's where a lot of this whole, oh, inflation didn't keep up with wages, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, because nobody actually
was raising their prices.
Prices properly. Everybody just, my dad forever just kept them. Oh, I want to be the lowest guy in town because it draws in a crowd. Well, you're right. For drinks, it darn sure does. So yeah, he never.
And that's always the juggle, in my opinion, is, well, if I raise my rates, my competitor's not raising their rates. Am I going to start losing people?
Everybody just stopped raising their rates, and all of a sudden now it's like, okay,
a huge hike could be like, oh my gosh, but yeah, but they've been trying to keep up. If the cost of living goes up every year, which it does, that's inflation, then our rates have to go up too to keep up with those times, because as much as they're getting, paid, and that's the problem, wages don't always go up every single year or don't keep up with inflation.
The rough, what'd you say the rough was? About 3%, 4%?
Yeah, 3.26% is the average over the last 45 plus years. So if you're not keeping up with your costs going up that much, well, you can actually keep your costs going up. But you're right, if your competitors are not going up and the person's paycheck is not keeping up with that, then it's not going to matter.
It was actually nice. We renewed with one of our clients, and when we went to renew, he goes, I understand if your prices have to go up, if your prices are going to go up. And I went,
Thank you.
What?
You understand?
You understand? Oh, okay. Like realizing, hey, this is a new year, I'm like, okay, whereas then I have other clients who are like, what do you mean you're going to raise your price? You're not doing anything differently. Yeah, number one, I am. I'm getting better at what I do every single day. Like, so there is that. Number two, chug. But yeah, like number two, I also need to be making sure I'm keeping up with inflation, because one thing that did decide to keep up with inflation was the housing market.
Mhm.
That's why people can't afford to rent or live or buy a house or this and that,
And
because
schooling.
yeah, all of that stuff is just going up in price, and prices never went up. So
and that's a big problem. Like I said, and I've mentioned this prior several times, that wages don't go up, but the cost of living does.
Mhm.
So how do you do that? And that's why you have small businesses who have to either raise their prices, or people who decide to work for themselves, because why? You can make more money on your own than a paycheck of just saying $12, $15, $20 an hour. And then it's sad to say $20 an hour is not enough.
yeah, that's really weird to me, when it's like $20 an hour just is enough. And we sat down and did our bills when we started our business, and like we were sitting at, we needed to make $35 an hour together. Like each of us needed to make $17.50 an hour, and that was great. This is 5 years ago.
Mhm.
5 years ago, we need to make $17.50 each per hour for a 30-hour work week, and that covered our bills.
Just to pay your bills,
Just to
nothing
cover-
more.
That covered
Everything.
Oh,
that covered everything.
okay.
Extra.
But we
Which
didn't
was
have
nice.
him.
Yeah, but we didn't have him then. And
Right.
then it
Also, they need
was,
to make a lot more money.
yeah, and then it was, well, the way he eats. And then it started to become, if we added in a business location, because we knew eventually we were gonna
Brick and mortar or something.
do a brick and mortar, because we thought we were moving out to the coastal side, and we needed to have an office. And now it's like, now we know I don't think we're ever gonna try to have an office, so it's like that bill doesn't go in there. But
I know eventually when I get my own location, I have to have brick and mortar.
Yeah.
That's because my
Your
industry
stuff.
is set by law,
Yeah,
and
your
et cetera.
industry.
But for yourself, you need a PO box and you're set.
yeah, no, I just need people to understand. We're good. We're good.
Well, in having a conversation with Kay, like with myself, I'm on the road so much, and people don't take into consideration, I have a 2,500 truck that requires
Right.
diesel,
Yeah,
and you want me to come out here for this rate?
yeah.
No,
Not gonna happen.
that's a big old truck. Well, I didn't tell you about that truck. I didn't ask him out here. I could have remoted in.
Yeah,
And he's the same way. He's now got a 26,000 pound truck that he has to take he went to the coast today.
yeah.
That's a 2-hour drive. Did you
Wow.
factor
Yeah.
in not only your mileage and the diesel that you're about to spend? He's like, yep, I'm charging him this. I'm like,
All right, good.
good
See?
job, Kay.
And people forget that, like, when you're calling a plumber, it's not just the plumber for their service, it's also the cost of the person,
Yeah.
the tools, the repairs.
Insurance
the
just to
extra-
come out there. Yes, it cost me to come out here.
So yes, when you see prices going up, guess what? Prices are going up, and it's a lot of the cases because it hasn't. The other portion of it is supply and demand
Yep.
of the materials that some companies might lumber. Good luck getting a hold of lumber. It finally came back down into a reasonable area, but now everybody's backed up.
Right.
So if you want your project done,
Yeah, we've had our
truss coat's been out for 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
So actually, since we're already talking about this, actually, let's jump to you guys real quick because
Yeah.
yours ties in with mine.
Oh,
So, but I definitely want to get to yours because,
It's okay. Mine was like a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to just
Yeah.
bring up.
but it's just since ours tied real quick, I'll get out of the way because I want to talk about yours for sure.
Yep.
So,
good. You can take it because you haven't talked much.
Okay.
what she has is just volcano.
As Frack had mentioned, our prices have been going up in general. And if you need to adjust your website prices to reflect the new prices and of your services, TBA marketing can help do that. Website updates, what are those things?
All those things.
Plugins.
Plugins.
WordPress updates, all that. Sorry, trying to get back from mom brain into talking.
Yeah, so any pricing updates and things like that you need, or any custom solutions you need to put in place to help your business run smoother, get at
Or
us.
even automate it, because I
And
love
that's
the features
lot
of
of-
automation.
A lot of that stuff is what we're doing, and then as well as the Quick Rev platform, being able to grow your online reputation. So I mean, we've got a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, and a lot of things going on in ways that we can help businesses. But definitely, one of my clients is a fraternity brother of mine. He owns a pool company called Golden Eagle Pools, and we just do his website hosting for him. He had already had it built. He likes it. It does what it needs to do. Okay, cool. But he hits me up literally every month. Hey man, change price of this, change price of this, change these prices. Okay, cool. And he'll raise them up based on season, whether it goes up,
Oh, nice.
10, 15 bucks or anything like that. But those are simple little fixes that sometimes you don't think about, or that you're like, oh, I got to jump through hoops to get website edits done. You don't, just give us a call. So TBA marketing, let your awesome out. What you got?
So I found a whole bunch of cool things that I just wanted to touch a little bit on everything, just to knowledge y'all. The first one is do not install iOS 15 yet. There are a lot of bugs with your iPhones, iOS, if you didn't know the difference between OS and iOS. There's some bugs that we're just not happy with yet, so just give it a minute. Windows 11 has deployed, and my IT professionals are going, just things aren't working. So the beta testing didn't work out as well as it did when Windows 10 rolled out, but just like everything, don't do it immediately. Things break. Apple MagSafe battery. If you don't know what that is, it's like the power packs are running $99, and most people are recommending them. I personally prefer the RAV power. They've just been good to me for the past 10 years. I know you guys see me walk around my bricks. They just, they work. So I haven't had the opportunity to play with the MagSafe one yet, but I'm sure somebody will have one and I'll play with it.
Yeah. She hasn't had a chance to. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Beautiful ceiling.
It's a wonderful ceiling out there today.
I said it was safe. It's not my type.
we have the Anchor charging pack, and we've liked that. That one's been nice too. But
I just thought that it was cool that Apple finally jumped on the
yeah, I'm
bag.
surprised they did.
Yeah.
They should be grabbing. Well, I mean,
A
whatever.
lot of things are going battery powered today anyway.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
At the same time, I mean, stick to what you're good at. So
And that's kind of what I'm afraid of, is that,
they'll start
That's-
branching out like Amazon will come out with all their own stuff. Like,
and then it's not going to work as well, and whatever.
then they're liable. Like, just stay in your market,
Just
kids.
Stay in what you're good at.
well, that's good. And like I said, I mean, and especially I wanted to hear about the iOS because I was actually the moment I saw it earlier, I'm going on my phone.
Deny.
I was like, oh, did I update it? Did I do it? I don't know. So I'll have to look at it after.
So my daughter actually updated it, and her Life 360 keeps deactivating. She keeps losing. Like, I
Oh.
can't see where she's at.
Yeah, sure.
I had her for 3 days, so I know for a fact that's what it is.
Sure,
She
that's
did
what
it.
it is. Must be sure.
No, she hasn't. I had the phone, so, but personal issue, if you use Life 360 and iOS 15, that is a glitch that I personally am aware of because I'm dealing with it right now.
Gotcha.
10-4. So we're now going back to school. Speaking of
Back
dads.
to school.
I feel like there's a
back to
song somewhere.
school, Prove to dad
Yeah, I'm sure it's
that
probably pretty
I'm
dirty.
not a fool.
What?
Bill Nelson.
Jeez, really? These guys?
Billy Madison?
Yes.
I wasn't.
I haven't
He
seen
was
the movie in
talking.
years.
I didn't hear a word you said.
I was singing the. You said a back to school song, so I was singing a back to school song.
I didn't hear it. He
We were-
was
we were
in my ear.
It's okay.
Not in my
Rude.
ear.
Comment in the chat if you know that song.
All right.
What different from Billy Madison is like, would you look at that, Mr. Schwan?
Stop looking at me, Sean. Go ahead.
Did you have any traditions for back to school with your family?
I can't remember any, to be
I-
I mean,
honest.
clothes shopping.
No,
We
maybe
always did
yeah.
that.
There was always school shopping at least for the weekend prior, or one day to try and go get everything. But I gotta remember it was when I lived in San Diego, as well as going through high school. It was me, Justin, Sierra, and then as well as we had my Aunt Chrissy lived with us, and then before Chrissy lived with us, Kimmy lived with us, her sister, which is my mom's sister.
Okay.
My mom basically had custody of them. So that was a lot to handle. I don't know how mom took us shopping, let alone had any money to take us shopping.
I'm surprised she didn't murder any of you.
I think money grew on trees. Thanks, mom.
You're
But,
the real MVPs here.
yeah, but
It's rarely I see a dad going out doing all those taxes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm sure there are dads out
My
there
dad
that
had to
do.
take me,
and my dad was in
Okay,
Florida,
yeah.
so my dad was in Florida, so he sent money. And then my stepdad was in the Navy, so he was either going out on the ship or just home during.
He was a
so
seaman.
mom,
I had to say it.
terrible person. I'm gonna tag him in this to make sure that. But yeah, so we did back to school shopping, and then I think like the weekend prior or something like that, we'd always go and do something. Typically for us, we had SeaWorld passes, so it was SeaWorld.
Oh,
Okay.
And we'd go to SeaWorld to do one last thing.
actually, I do recall we did used to go to. I mean, we went already to Disney a lot, but we did used to go like Disney, like a special, like one final big trip or something,
Yeah.
and then just kind of like do a 2-day back-to-back thing. So it was pretty cool. So I think it was more fun for my mom than for us because she was a Disney fan. She's like, "Yeah, let's go for you guys." I'm like, "Whatever, lady."
I'm sure we took pictures because my mom was a total photo freak, but I don't remember like, oh, we're taking back to school pictures because we always did family photos once a year at Sears or JCPenney, whoever had the best deal. I forget which one I was thinking of Sears.
Yeah, well, didn't they do the glamour shots?
Yeah, and then they added glamour
shots?
shots years
No.
later. They're like,
Oh wow.
what about you?
So I went to a Catholic parochial school and
Ooh.
I was supposed to wear uniforms. So every year my mom would have to buy like double uniforms. So if most people bought 3, my mom would buy 6 because she would have to piece them together to make them long enough for me because I couldn't have them anyway.
Right,
So it was a whole
yeah.
thing, and thank God mom can sew.
You guys can't tell, but she's really tall.
We would go to Chicago on the weekends to take my sister's school shopping because of course we're tall. And Chicago's the only place on Ontario was the only place that had clothes tall enough for us. And then with my kids, praise God for Kay, he takes Hannah
Right.
school shopping, shoes, everything she could possibly need. So I really
More
just have to.
shoes, more shoes, and more shoes.
That child has more shoes than that. And he
What
also
size is she?
Doesn't matter.
no, she's 10.
Oh, geez.
If you're getting something, I'll take something.
But he also grabs other people's kids and takes them,
That's pretty
School
much all
shopping
we
too.
got.
which I think is awesome.
I meant to buy Views. Real beers.
Oh, wait. There's a red, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, up top shelf has a couple of our beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that. Did you ride a bus, walk, or car ride? So I'll start this one. Elementary school, I lived when was in upstate New York. The house that we had, my mom, my stepmom, and my dad was a block, kind of like a cul-de-sac. It was an L-shaped road, but we were on the corner next to the cemetery. It's great. And we were a block away, so I would walk to the bus stop, which was cool. But it also, thank you, during the snow time, you're also walking through the snow. And then little by little, when I got a little bit older, was riding my bike to school because school was probably 3 miles, I'd say 3 miles away.
Wow.
And it might have been further. It doesn't,
I thought they sent buses every 2 months.
they did, but I still rode my bike. So I rode my bike the last couple years, and which I loved because that was freedom. And my grandma and grandpa's house was halfway
Okay.
to
So they
school.
could check.
So, and I think almost every morning I would go that route and at least go by and wave or
And
say
I'm sure
hi.
they were outside waiting. to see
I
if
don't
I-
doubt it from the memories that I have, yes. But yeah, and then I'd swing over there after school and go home or anything like that. But yeah, it still feels like the bike ride, like it was a lot further than a normal kid should be riding his bike. This day and age, there ain't a dang chance and nothing that he would be. Because what it felt like to me is like riding my bike from here to
Winn-Dixie?
no. Home Depot, if not even maybe down to like
Bruins or
yeah.
Wow.
that's still
It
quite
seemed like
I mean, I thought you were talking like from here to that school right here.
it's
on
like
down the road.
a
That's a mile.
it's like an
Yeah, exactly.
8-year-old, like a 7-8-year-old.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
But back in the day, I mean, not
Yeah.
to say that things were less dangerous back in the day, they just
No.
weren't reported on social media, but because there was no social media. But yeah, and then I did
Yeah, it was milk cartons.
yeah. Mhm. And then middle school and high school, I rode the bus until I was able to drive.
Okay.
That's me.
My dad went to work at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so he dropped me and my sister off at like before care, and then they had a bus that would take us to school. And then for middle school, I rode my bike and walked. And for high school, I rode the bus until I could drive.
Yeah, elementary, mom drove us because we were in South America, and that's dangerous all alone. Middle school, we actually did take a bus, but we had to walk like a quarter mile to the bus stop, and then hang out there for a while, get rained on, and then we can get on the bus whenever it picked us up.
Did it rain like every time?
Not every time, but let's just say I remember enough times.
It was often.
Yeah. And in the high school, I rode the bus for a while until I had friends who actually
Yeah.
started driving. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember Derek? He lived on basically on Scott Lake. He lived on that road, like a couple of houses down right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he used to live there. So more than once, I used to wake up late, and I'd be like, "Hey, dude," he'd be like, "Jump in." Yeah, I shut. Hush. So,
How about you?
So my elementary school actually went to 8th grade, and I rode either with my mom or with my next door neighbor, TJ and Tom, because Tom at that time was in high school. So Tommy would take us to Dairy Queen and then drop us off at school, and then he would go to school. Yes. But that next door neighbors. And then when I got to high school, Tommy was still in high school. So Tommy would take TJ and I to high school. And then I moved here, and I wasn't supposed to drive to school, but I drove to school because I was 15. I was like, whatever, it's less than a mile. I'm good.
My dad let me borrow. Yeah, he let me borrow the car.
yeah, my sister, my parents didn't trust us because my sister took a car like twice and wrecked them.
Your sister is not no, your sister would never do that.
How much are you paying her, dude?
Did you ever bus station hop? Like bus stop hop?
No,
Like,
our
you're
bus
supposed to get
driver
picked
at
up at
high
this
school,
one and you go to this one
They
instead?
would not let you change, or they wouldn't let you on the bus.
Yeah.
See,
Really?
ours was literally because, okay, so when I was in elementary school in New York,
She said it was because the liability if like she dropped someone off or picked someone up at the wrong location.
that I can see in high school. But when I was in elementary school, like each of our, because we lived an eighth of a mile from Lincoln Park, Abraham Lincoln, not the other one. Either way, both rock. Like you get basically the four corners of the park were all bus stops.
Oh,
And then there was one street that was kind of in the middle of it, which is funny because that's actually a street that Sharon's husband Mark lived on. But yeah, so it's in that stepmom there, whatever. But yeah, that middle street ended up being a stop too. So they added all these. There were 7 stops within the square of the park. So if you went to one of those stops, it was no big deal. So I'd go if my friends weren't coming to school or weren't at this stop, we just go down to the next stop and all hang out and then go down to the
Was
next
that more
stop.
residential area?
Very.
Okay,
very
see, ours was,
complete residential.
ours was a main, not like a South Florida kind of road, but still big enough. for
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
major
Scott
town.
Lake, yeah.
So yeah, they can't be like, dude, stop.
Yeah, they don't. Hey, you need to not be going across that road. No, ours was just super residential, so it was cool because we could just go down, and then and especially if it was snowing or something like that, then you really only went as far as your stop.
Yeah.
you just sat there and froze, waiting for the
You know what? I would still rather deal with the rain than sitting there freezing.
Yeah, 100%.
Get at me, Chad. Don't
100%.
care.
All right, there's the next one.
Both ways.
Who wants it?
Did you ever skip school? And if you did, what is your most
Oh.
memorable skip? And did you ever get caught? I would like to add that to that.
Oh yeah, I got my story.
All right, let's go.
So it was my birthday. I was in middle school, and basically, I think that day we actually had one of those fire drills.
Mhm.
So everybody was outside, and I went here to Lakeland Highlands Middle.
Okay.
So if you guys know, it's like right off that street right there, Miriam. And basically, if here's the road and here's the school, we all went out here to the parking lot area, and I was in the very back far left. And what I started doing is like slowly inching out with a buddy of mine, and started just running out. And basically, like the resource officer, like obviously saw us, so he came hauling. But like before that Publix entrance right there, he like pulled over real quick and whatever. I was like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "My birthday. I just don't want to be in school."
Wait,
today."
Publix was there.
Yeah, Publix was there. No, but that road was not there yet.
Correct.
Yeah, that road. But
That's
pretty
crazy.
much that distance was there. And he got us, and essentially he's just like, "Listen, I get it, man, but you just can't be just come on."
Right. I'm gonna get in trouble for letting you just go.
Exactly.
Because if you go get hit by a car or something like,
Right. And not only wrong, my house wasn't pretty
yeah,
far.
you were, yeah,
But I was, do you know Deerbrook area?
Mhm.
Oh, imagine that distance to the school.
Yeah.
That's how far it was. I mean, I would have done it, but
Y'all are like much more motivated than me.
but here's the funny thing though, is that I had because usually for my birthday, what I would do is I would bring candy.
Volcano, be quiet.
Okay, no, simmer. So essentially, I had a bag with like Milky Ways and Snickers and Kit Kats or whatever, and essentially, sorry, I'm looking at my backspace. But essentially, the guy saw like I see this bag and it's like all crumpled up, whatever, and it's a pretty big bag, like sticking in my pocket. It's like, what do you got in your pocket, man? He's thinking I got like weed or
Yeah.
something. I was like, I just got candy. He's like, is that a streetwear name? I'm like, no, I got a little old candy. I figured it out. He's like,
Literally, it's a Milky Way. Do you want one?
yeah, exactly. He's like, I have to confiscate. No, you don't.
No,
A
you don't.
candy bar?
Oh, man, a candy bar.
Yeah, so that was my most memorable skip ever.
Oh my gosh. And obviously you got caught.
Oh yeah, but it was great.
What about you, my dear?
Back in, I think it was 7th grade, I used to skip school a lot. And I think we got caught one time, me and my friend Jessica. But we would normally just go to her house because her parents didn't come home. They were gone like till like 5 o'clock. So school got out at 3:30. She could stay, I could go home before they even got there. But I think her mom knew something was up one day and called my dad, and my dad called the school. Yeah, we got it.
And that was like before home security cameras too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like phone tag.
So it must
and
have
then
been a
her
neighbor
mom
call.
calls the house, and it was back when like you had the little caller ID box, and we could see that her mom was calling from work,
We should go back to
and
school.
we were like,
She knows.
she knew, like obviously, why is her mom calling her own house when she's at work? Yeah, she knew. But she answered it, and then yeah, we got in trouble.
Go ahead.
I don't have a story.
He doesn't skip
Did
school.
you ever?
I
skip
never, I
school?
never once skipped school. I was a goody goody.
Chad, get at him.
That's
Seriously?
straight for
This
real.
guy?
After
Tag my mom. Tag mom. What's up?
I got
Not once.
Yeah. Mom, jump in. I have a story.
Not once. I don't
After
remember
that,
if
I don't think I ever did.
Not even in college?
Maybe in
I
high
don't-
school, like for senior
doesn't
skip
count.
day or whatever.
I don't remember if
Ah.
she let me skip for senior skip day or not. I just don't remember.
It's kind of an official.
but
day,
that's-
doesn't
yeah,
count. Yeah,
but-
it's-
Actual school never once skipped school.
Okay.
I was a really good kid in school. So
why'd you marry him?
I was good till I moved to Florida.
and then even in I skipped class. I skipped class a lot in college,
We
but just
started
yeah. I lived off campus. I was a half mile.
I lived
off
in the girls'
campus.
dorms.
I don't even call that. Yeah, exactly. I don't even call that skipping school.
So I was good
You
till I
skipped
moved
school
here.
bowling.
What are you, volcano?
Because nobody should take a macroeconomics class
Oh God,
when they're a music
I took that one
major.
twice. Took
Go ahead.
micro then twice. I was
Go
going
ahead.
to in summer. Ugh.
So I just said I was good until I moved here, and I do remember skipping school, and that was because Coach McCarter asked me to go get him lunch. So I would park my car over by Portable 3 because that's where his portable was, and he would throw. He usually had cash in his wallet, so he would throw cash at me and say, "Go to McDonald's," because McDonald's was the only place to eat, and I would go get food.
But is that really officially skipping like on your
No, because
own?
I was in his class and he was
I was
hungry.
gonna say, were you
Exactly,
in his
yeah,
class for
so-
that period?
So that's not really skipping that.
And I never got
Oh,
caught.
she was in high school.
I got caught doing other stupid stuff, but not caught for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to consider. I mean, the one with Coach, I'm not considering that skipping. That's
But it technically is because I left school grounds without a pass and had my mommy seen me because her office was literally right next door to where I was going. But mommy never saw me.
all right, Chad. Let's jump in on this debate. So, is that considered skipping or not when you give permission, even though no pass, but still you
Not
give
parent
permission?
permission, teacher permission.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And Coach McCarter was like dad. So Coach McCarter was my dad in high school, let's be honest.
all right. So, Chad, let's jump in on that debate. Is that skipping or not?
Technicality it is.
All right, next one is, did you ever go on lockdown for a real emergency?
And the reason I did this is because of our game that we were playing that, oh my gosh, your sister had no idea of what happened in high school
Yeah.
and y'all got locked down for that. Or she got locked down for that.
What?
You remember the killer when the kids killed the parents
Oh yeah.
and Broken Arrow? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
no, we never got locked. Not that I remember. We never got locked down for a real emergency. But when I was in San Diego, we did get locked down for, there was a big, I think it's probably like an illegal immigration
I'm just trying to go to school. man.
protest.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I was in San Diego, so we were right there at
Okay,
the border.
yeah.
So there were a lot of kids that were like jumping the fences and
Migrant family
taking off,
issues.
yeah, stuff
got
like
you.
that they were in the school. So it was really weird to me to see all the gates being closed and everything like that, and the school basically being on a sort of lockdown to stop the kids from just jumping the fences and leaving. And some of it was in protest. I'm sure some of it was in fear, like, because I'm sure a lot of them were illegal and just in school, and maybe they thought that
They're gonna get
government was going to be starting at the schools and going through. I don't know.
That scared the bejesus out of me. I
That's
forgot he
a
was in
true
there.
dog.
Dad, call a priest. I think that's what it sounded to me. Something just went nuts in there.
Any lockdowns?
I think we got a bomb threat one
Yeah,
time in middle school,
threat, yeah.
and also in high school. And actually, we did get. It wasn't like a lockdown because trust me, the way our school was set up, there's no way of shutting that down except for like the front gate to the where you come out
You
and
want
the
to just
driveway.
walk on to Jenkins.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's no locking out.
Yeah, there's not. It's a horrible setup. But when what's his face killed his grandparents or whatever else, Jeremy. Yeah, essentially everybody was like, yeah, nobody's leaving the rooms right now. We have a lot of questions with people coming in to question people who affiliated or possible third parties that may be associated with him, and
Like,
for
maybe
questioning.
He told them what he was going to do.
Mhm.
yeah. So that was the only one, but it was never like a full like full on prison break lockdown.
So we were locked down for tornadoes. So
I was just
tornadoes
about to
are
ask, since he
very.
was in California. Did you
We did
guys
have
ever
we
earthquakes?
had earthquake ones. I don't remember there being an earthquake while we were in school, but again, I have a really bad memory of my childhood. So
It's all the drinking.
no, it's not. It's all the changes that went on in my life. So yeah, I don't know. I remember doing the drills, but I don't remember if we actually had hurricane.
From my
or,
from my friends in the West Coast, all they tell me is if it's not above a 3.5, it's not an earthquake.
right.
And
So-
tornadoes sound like choo-choo trains. They're so like ooh, ooh, they hurt my ears.
No, yeah, I slept through a tornado once.
We
Really?
had a tornado come through, like right by our house when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, no, but this was with Winter Haven.
Actually hit one of my friends.
It did. It did when it was like 30-second touchdowns, but I was with my friends. They were in a trailer park, and I was taking a day nap because we've been drinking, and it literally hit.
School. Okay.
I know,
Listen,
right?
all right, go ahead.
I was in high school. Anyways, I'm the bad one in the group. Who doesn't know this already? So we were. I was
Frack and
asleep.
I were like over in a different group.
So yeah, so I was sleeping, and then it basically did like a 30-second touchdown, and it hit the trailer right next to us, and it flipped it up like 180 just on its head,
Good. Yeah.
and I didn't wake up.
Well, you would have woke up if you were on your face.
Yeah, so I woke up to people freaking out like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, what happened?
It's nap time.
Do you ever go to any school sporting events?
All of them.
Yes, like pretty much.
It got me out of
Well,
the
you're in
house.
band.
And so band. I went to all of them. I went to a couple baseball games. Obviously every football game.
I know a
Other than
lot of
that, yeah.
football games.
Went to a couple soccer games.
Yeah, a couple.
Women's soccer games, not the men's. Just because my girlfriend played it. The other reason, yeah, that's so yes.
I went to a couple, but I was too much of a, anti-establishment and trendy group guy. I'm like, no, that'll suck because they're all done.
I'm gonna sit in the parking lot.
I didn't go up to the parking lot. No, but it's actually, I had a little bit of angst against my soccer team because they wouldn't let me play because I wouldn't shave my head and bleach it blonde. I'm like, I got a mohawk. Hell no.
Yeah.
That was their thing then.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember
It's
that.
like they're hazing or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, no.
No.
So
Lexi?
Yeah, makes sense.
all these noises today.
Yeah.
We got volcanoes going off, possessed troopers.
My favorite would be obviously just with band wise, like going to the band competitions. I loved competition. That was always my favorite.
Mine was basketball. When the girls were playing, the boys were there, and when the boys were playing, the girls were there. Like that's just how we rooted each other on. And
That's cool.
Color me surprised.
No, but I think that speaks a lot on the coaches because
It
the
does.
coaches demanded us to be there. You will be there to support the boys because the boys are always there to support you. And
Yeah.
I just
I think
Okay, that's
great.
okay. That's different.
I think that's great because I would have loved to seen that in part of whether the chorus and the orchestra or
I'd
even
love
the
to see it
drama,
now.
like that grouping, everybody supporting each other in the fine arts, so to speak, would have been amazing. Because that would have brought a lot of students together. Because it's in our end, you got your jocks and you got your nerds and whatnot, your little band nerds or whatever. And it's like, I think that would have been great if it was more of a requirement for orchestra, band, drama,
To hang
and
out.
chorus
And
to kind
teachers
of-
gave extra credit if you brought the ticket from the game or whatever. They
Yeah,
were like,
that's
"Hey,
cool.
extra credit." I'm like, heck yeah! I wish the schools now would do that.
Yeah, but I'd love to see schools bring that back. Teachers out there trying to make that happen. Or
Yeah,
parents have just as much pull as
A
teachers.
favorite class, subject, teacher? Even-
Do I go the funny route and be like, my favorite subject was, lunch?
Sure.
No, what was your actual favorite subject?
So,
Everybody.
well, in my senior year, I loved gym class. So, because that was the first class of the day, get it out of the way. And it felt good actually being able to like
Did you have that lady still?
Like to be smelly?
smell like a man. No, trust me, we brought deodorant.
No, sir.
But no, a lady.
Tyler, get off of that.
Red
You're gonna
curly
break
hair.
it.
I can't think of her name.
No, it wasn't her. It was Coach something.
Myers.
No, he was there still,
Playroom,
but he
please.
wasn't our coach.
Mm.
It was the other guy. I forget his name. So, but I really did enjoy that class for she because it was just
Tennis
great.
guy.
Oh,
Wore short
okay.
shorts.
Yeah. Okay.
Meeting.
But the reason why I liked it was because I was beat everyone's ass in a morning run. You have to go like run twice around the thing. And like if there was like a foggy morning, people would like cut like halfway through.
Yeah.
But they knew not to run in front of me. They always knew that they had to wait for me.
Yeah,
And
because
then they
there's,
come
no,
up behind me.
there's no chance you caught up to him.
Exactly. They'd be like, run another lap. We know you're not gonna beat him. So they weren't they caught on. They're like, come on, man, hurry up. So yeah, but Jim, it was fun class. So I got to learn a lot.
English newspaper and whatever Coach McCarter was teaching. So Mr. George
McDonald's.
DeGeorge Frames on Edgewood. She was my English teacher. Loved her. She was my newspaper teacher. Loved her. We did yearbook. Loved her. I loved her. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
I don't know. I really liked my history classes. Those were my favorite.
Do you remember her name or his name? Or I know a coach taught it, and I know a lady that we got upset and made her switch topics. That's how much we didn't like
No,
her.
I don't remember specific teachers. I know. I always found history class interesting.
Yeah, my history class was like we had the meme teacher. like she's the meanest teacher. And I ended up my senior year, I ended up being her teacher's assistant. Like, and I was like, she's awesome. But my freshman year, not so much. But love my
I
history
really like
class.
maths, but I always had crappy teaching.
Yeah, I did not like that. I liked my calculator that I could program to teach it math. So it could spit out the answers, and I was like, ha, put these algorithms in, and boom, there's the answer. I like this calculator, TI-83.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds know.
It's straight
Nerds know.
up TI-83.
I
It's
just
not.
bought my son one of those last year.
And you know what? They're not.
They're
cheap.
still around. No, they were
They're not
$120 when I bought one.
Yeah,
Still
exactly.
around.
When my mom.
And you know, so all prices are going up, so they're gonna be prices.
Love my band class, Mr. Woodfin and Mr. Canton. I actually play in Florida Brass with Mr. Canton, and I'm friends with Mr. Woodfin. When I graduated from high school, I actually ended up working for Mr. Woodfin.
Oh, wow.
I aged out of Drum Bugle Corps.
Oh wow.
I worked at Riverview High School. I wrote 2 years of their marching band shows.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I wrote the actual drill. So for 2 years, and then I wrote a third
know
year
that.
under a new teacher that came along. And then after that,
Separated ways.
yeah, he had a different style. He had a different style of what he was wanting, which was fine. But yeah, and then yes, sir. Hey,
What's up, Volcano?
I'm obviously friends with Steve Canton, both in Florida Brass and Facebook, but friends with Mr. Woodfin on Facebook. Him and I are politically aligned, which is crazy because he's very outspoken to where he like even makes his own memes and stuff, which is it's funny. But some of the ones that you see trending are ones that he makes,
Oh wow.
and he just kind of
Yeah, you know,
they float out there. But
side topic real quick on that. I wonder, do you get like, you know, royalties for like
yeah,
memes?
you
I
don't
know.
get no credit for nothing.
You just
unless-
get famous.
No, you got to stamp your little name on there
Like in
somewhere.
the middle of it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but yeah, him and I are politically aligned, which is crazy because growing up in high school, I never, and maybe he wasn't this political, but he's
But that's good.
he's super outspoken.
You shouldn't know your teacher's
Right,
political
right, and
affiliation.
we've talked about that in other shows. But yeah, he's super outspoken and super puts his heart into what he believes in. And then my other favorite teacher, which a lot of people had issues with him, and I didn't because I guess I ended up marrying part of his personality in her, is that he was super sarcastic, just overly sarcastic, and just kind of has a dry sense of humor. So I guess he brought that upon me. He's like, "You're gonna love this," and I'm like, "Hey, what did I do?" So I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. But Mr. Otero was the science teacher, and I love my science classes because of the style and the way that he taught. And he was kind of strict, and he was strict and he was sarcastic, but he made sure you learned the stuff. And he had different methodology the way you learn the stuff. Friend him on Facebook, he accepted, and then within a few months, deleted me because we are
that's right, talk
opposites
about
on the political spectrum. So he deletes me over it. So all right,
I would have just unfollowed you.
that's what I'm saying. Like, man,
Yeah,
but that's okay. It's all right.
You
Like,
could have snoozed for 30 days,
Yeah,
dude. I'm
Matt,
just
maybe.
saying.
to some people, maybe the relationship doesn't mean as much as it does to the other person. So that's okay.
For
Like,
me,
it is what it is.
I still have, and you might not know already, but I have like probably like no joking, about a third of my friends list on unfollowed because
That's okay.
and
Just-
it's completely, so
I have a
completely
lot
okay
of
to do
people
that. I mean,
you can go, yeah,
Because
exactly.
I would still like to know what's going on, and I
Right.
will go check their page. Or,
I'll go check it manually.
exactly, yeah. So if I
And
have
I
time,
really
I
try
want
not to Facebook all that much
I know.
anyways.
We can plan it
No
out a lot.
offense, Facebook, but I hate Facebook.
Yeah, I'm real. I posted
Make sure you follow us on Facebook.
I post a lot into my stories because they're quick shares and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that, and I'll try to load up and then throw a bunch into the stories and then. But yeah, I saw a meme that said Elon Musk offers to buy Facebook and then delete it, and then it's a picture of Qui-Gon Jinn, and it's like he is the chosen one, and I'm like, yes, please somebody buy this stupid platform and delete it.
Once you buy Facebook, then you're buying WhatsApp, and then
I
you're
just-
buying like
Instagram.
I just want it to go away. I just want it all to go away, every bit of it.
So make sure you follow us on FFPW.
Live.
There's a meme
So-
that I saw the other day. It said, Everyone tells introverts to to leave their comfort zone, come out of their shell, start talking. And no one ever tells that extroverts to shut up and make the introverts more comfortable.
Fair enough. You're
True
right.
story.
That's why there's.
I was like, oh, I just feel this in my heart.
That's why this show does so well.
Yeah.
Both these
So, okay.
followers.
Now here you go. This
Yeah,
is
I
the
know.
one
Yeah,
you wanna
I was just gonna jump in right now. So,
So
your favorite lunch, whether it's a meal or a snack, or even if you ate breakfast there.
Volcano, you were erupting.
We had Papa John's pizza in high school, and that was the bomb. I
Yeah.
love Papa John pizza.
When did this happen?
Back before she
Late
she
90s.
stopped time.
I know, but I was there till
Drink.
I'll
98.
drink.
Peace out.
I don't know. We had Papa John's pizza. And it was amazing.
You gotta stop hitting buttons. You have to.
So I liked the little square pizzas in elementary school, and my lunch in high school consisted of a pretzel, 3 chocolate chip cookies, and a bottle of
yeah.
water.
Yeah,
That's all I ate. Ever.
What was not taquitos, the Mexican pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiestadas.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, fiestadas, yeah. And I'm sorry, but they were also known as Mexican pizza. But I'm just like, is that really their names? No, but it was fiestada. Sorry, but
Those we had the chicken sandwiches. They weren't anything super special, but they weren't terrible.
yeah,
It's not like it was
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
we had chicken sandwiches.
My elementary school, you could they had certain days that you could buy certain lunches. And like it was really weird. So I lived in San Diego, so I really liked the tostadas because it was like it was a real Mexican lady. Somebody's Mexican grandma was in there making tostadas and tacos and stuff.
Awesome.
And that food
Wait, tostadas or taquitos? What's the difference?
Taquitos are smaller.
was tostadas the shell like a salad shell thing.
Darn, I had that wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
the taquitos are there's like small,
Okay,
little
yep.
thin flautas.
You're
Yeah,
right.
the tostadas were so good, and I just remember the food at that school being
Does it have
amazing.
regular drink in it?
Way different than Florida. Water.
I was gonna say I just saw Volcano take a sip.
Yes.
So please learn from me, thou with child. Teach your child to make friends with the lunch lady.
Oh,
That was the very
Oh yeah.
that was the very first thing
Right
that
here.
I taught my kids, and that has come to fruition with my son.
Yes.
Heck yeah, because here you go, baby.
Always.
He gets to
Extra-
school at
The extra
6.
cookie, extra
Extra
scoop of
yes.
something, whatever it is.
Well, he gets to school at 6:30 while they're still prepping, and they just kind of throw him food. And then when
Yeah.
all the other kids come in, he comes in for more food. So here's this 6'9" kid, and he's just with a big old smile.
Like here you
And
go,
they're, "Here,
baby. It's so sweet. Like oh.
You're talking. You need a lot of food. Here you go. Just some more.
I'm gonna
They
bring-
must think like I don't feed my child,
yeah,
but you
like,
know.
I'm gonna bring you carbs
Hey,
on
he
these.
eats a lot.
Yeah.
Although I did say like 2-3 months ago, I think on the show that I'm like I was a guy who would like have my army jacket, just tuck it in, open the button, and just steal like 50 cookies and put them inside, and then I'd be outside like Robin Hood, be like, cookies for everybody. So
Ladies.
I have the cookies.
Which you got?
I always brought
The chocolate chip.
goldfish to
Yes,
to
snack on.
in class, and everyone, like, if you brought goldfish, like, everyone was wanting some goldfish.
Mhm.
I remember that was the snack.
I had backpacks full of peppermints. Yeah.
We'd go to Sam's and I have a backpack full of candy.
Yeah.
Like I'd sell the candy.
I had peppermints pretty much.
Yeah, anyone that was selling like the dollar candies. Oh yeah.
How do you think I put gas in my car? Like, it wasn't like bother dad or like I wanted to go out to eat after the game. Like
Where did you eat lunch?
So a lot of us in our group actually went to the little outside area.
Outside patio.
Yeah, a lot of time because it was just the inside. Number one, it either got too full or it was just very cliquish. So
Wow.
yeah, and that was a big because there would be the general area. Here's the lunch area where you get the food or whatever, and then
Oh,
here, an extra little back room they would have open.
that was
So
the senior
I know,
room.
but it's on
yeah,
everybody.
least when I was there.
yeah. I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. You're right. It was a senior room, and then you have the hallway, and then outside the patio area, and a lot of us went out there because very cliquish, and that's probably our clique, which was outside.
Right.
So you peasants eat outside pretty much is what my thought was.
Yeah, we had a specific table that we kind of ate out on the inside, and then like a lot of us would go and once we finished or came down to like your last bit that you were going to eat, would go sit in the band hallway, and then
That general area where
we'd
the
sit down.
auditorium
Yeah,
was,
we had a hallway.
We would all
that we
hang
would
out
sit-
there
Yeah,
before lunch, grill rings or whatever.
we'd
and-
sit in there and because obviously there was no music classes that in that hallway during that time. All the chorus and everybody was kind of centered on that. So we right over there and hang out over there. Now in San Diego, it was all outdoor, which was awesome. The entire, they had a covered area and then there was an open area. And that was cool because everybody you just ate outside. It's not like it
Except
didn't
on rainy
rain.
days.
No, it didn't rain.
That's true, it's San
Very,
Diego.
very rarely. It didn't rarely rain.
Of course,
Like,
San
yeah, during school. I mean, maybe like during the summer, I wasn't really, I was elementary school, so I wasn't taking summer school or anything like that. So yeah, during the school year, now San Diego's beautiful. Beautiful. Now I haven't been obviously in 30 years, but
So depending on the day, I was either at the second table when you walk in,
Yeah.
or I was in the senior room all
Okay.
3 years. So it was either that table or in the senior room.
Yep.
Wherever my team
Yeah, we
was.
were always upset.
Yeah. Same thing.
next one.
So actually, real quick story, if I may share. So, and this is actually my sister defending me. One day I made a mistake of sitting at a table where I wasn't supposed to be sitting at, And there was this guy who was a complete utter prick, and he still is to this day. I think he's been in jail already 5 times.
What's his name?
I forget right now. I'll find it later. Don't worry, chat. I'll find it. But the long story short was that I sat down, and he was just picking on me. I was like, I'm doing nothing, And basically, this guy like just had some water. I was getting something from a vending machine, and he just like splashes a bunch of water on me. I'm like, what the hell, And he's like, oh, whatever. He called me all these names that I'm not gonna say out loud right now because volcano. But but then at the end of the day though, so we walked in there and my sister kind of came with me, and she was senior then, and I was I think I was sophomore. And basically, she went up there. She's like, "What are you doing, whatever?" And she's like, "What are you gonna do?" It's like, and she had like a little thing of chocolate milk, and had already opened, but like not open just like the lid, it had like the whole all the way
box
open. And she goes right on. And he was wearing like a nice Tommy Hilfiger shirt and jeans, and blah blah. And the whole thing just right on his chest and down. And she goes, "Oops!" And he's like, "Oh my god!" And she was, the cool thing about my sister was that she was friends with all the groups.
She was.
So except for like that one right there because they were just a-holes. But yeah, so she goes, "Oops," and he just got up and like started like coming out or whatever, and then like move the chair out of the way, and you have like 18 people just like just get up, and she's like, "Oops, sorry, it was an accident."
That sounds like how your sister would say it.
Yeah,
too.
oh yeah. I mean, I hear her voice already.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. So, but that was like it was a cool thing. I was just like, so I was walking around as a freshman and a sophomore, going like, "Yeah, what's up? You mess with me." That's with my sister.
Then your sister leaves.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "You did," but by then I was already like a junior, so I'm fine. So yeah, she saved my butt that day. So. And popcorn was pretty good. Yeah, we buy it for like $1.
Yeah, the little cheddar popcorn.
Yes.
Did your mom put your name on your school toys?
No.
Actually, I like doing it myself. In South America, you used a lot of the books,
Covers?
No. What they
Folders?
No, they're actually books.
Binders?
No, they're actually books. You write in paper. It's got paper in them. But
Notepad?
yeah, no, it's not notepad.
Spiral notebooks?
They have a specific name. I'll find it later. But anyways, but I really looked because it had in the front, like, oh, you put your name.
Composition book.
Thank you. Woo! All right.
We got there.
All right. That's what she said. So, but yeah, so I love having those because they have my name and the topic, and as much as I was like a, anti-establishment, I like structure. It's like, we're gonna destroy the world, but we have to do it in segments.
And yet
guys,
he's never on time for anything.
you know what? I'm gonna drink.
You guys didn't realize, but he's 45 minutes late today.
16.
By the time we were done and set
That's
up
not
and ready to roll. No. It's supposed to be 15 minutes early to set up.
Shut up.
I'm gonna start lying on that text.
We went live at the normal time for those that keeping up.
So for the agenda thing, if you had an agenda, I think Jenkins made us have an agenda that we had to fill out.
Yeah,
Did they?
yeah. That's probably after you.
I hated it.
I know my elementary school did, but I couldn't remember high school.
Yeah, I don't remember so much as us
I
having.
never had them in elementary school.
Yeah, I
or
don't
middle
remember
school,
us having an
but I
agenda.
remember having to have one.
We might have. We probably had a calendar, but I don't remember.
No, I had my own calendar that I kept track of stuff, but
Yeah.
not.
I think I had a spiral notebook that Beck had a little camera thing, and I put it in my. And you know what? Now that you say,
Hi, Trapper Keeper, man.
oh yeah, no, I had Lisa
In
Frank.
high
You're
school?
fine. In high school, yeah, I had my trapper.
Wow, you were so nerd
I
alert.
was years ahead of you.
No,
Yeah.
not in high school. Trapper keepers.
I
I'm
had
older than you.
maybe my freshman year.
Okay.
But
I don't
real quick,
remember.
now that you said the whole thing about the agenda and the schedule, I still have nightmares to this day about like I'm in school. I'm going like, am I in the wrong class? No, because my schedule. Where's my schedule? Seriously, that right there, you just like triggered me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, I just remember.
So
Now it's gonna have to make
on
Yeah,
my
thanks.
kids' calendars, I actually have to put A day, B day, because they can never remember which day they're at.
Wait, that was
It
different.
helps.
8 days.
It
Because
does.
You rotate classes like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh,
not
they
just
do
on
block
Tuesday,
schedules
Thursday.
too.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, we didn't get into block scheduling
I
until
had
like
it.
my senior year.
Yeah, exactly. So my junior, senior.
Most of my
around
stuff was every day. You went to every single class,
Anytime, yeah.
and then
Yeah,
I think it was my
I
junior
like
and
that
senior.
you didn't have any time to actually get into your topic.
Yes.
It was
Well,
like,
and
hey, here,
I think
come
that's
in, welcome. Here's your homework.
I think that's
Like,
what they
turn
were
in your homework.
realizing too. My stripper kids over there flashing everybody.
Look at this.
But
That's how you get pink eye.
No, it's not.
he's digging up his booty.
Patty, you need to go potty.
Well,
You're digging in your booty.
quit checking if you went.
Are you a quart low? Jesus.
Go in your playroom.
Can you guys think of any other questions? Because those are just
Yes,
some
it's
that I can.
4:30, not 9. But for those, they're like, you have your kid up at 10:30 at night. No, we
Yeah.
don't. We don't. Pre-recorded. Sorry.
Grinds my gears.
Grinds my gears. We made it through that segment. That 20-minute, 1 hour segment. We made it through. That's okay. I like it.
We came
I
out
like it. That'll be fun for everybody. So hope everybody enjoyed that segment. That was fun for us too. All right, grinds my gears. Yeah, go ahead, Frick.
So back to school, and people that love to fly by school buses that are in the stopped flashing light and stop signs extended, and they just decide that they don't need to stop for them or slow down for them. That just irritates the shit out of me.
I did that one time by accident, and I felt so bad that even if I passed the bus, I like pulled over. I'm like, it's too late now, but still, I'm like, oh god. And I felt guilty. I just like pulled over. But that was an
But
accident.
at least you acknowledge that I screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when people like they stop with the school bus and then they realize that they don't want to be stopped. And as the kids are walking across or loading onto the school bus, then they cut around. Like that's the most dangerous time.
Yeah. That's why they have a little arm going, no.
My mom actually chased my sister down for blowing past a bus driver, ripped her out of the car and took her to school and left the car there. And the bus driver just was clapping like, I don't know who you are, but thank you. She's like, I didn't want to tell her it was my kid.
This lady just kidnapped and killed somebody for going around my bus. I'm clapping for you.
Yeah. And don't talk about the kick out that I took.
Right?
Yeah, no, that drives that. And I'm still like, I need to go back and like read the rule book because I'm always iffy on.
The median.
Yeah,
Well,
and I know I just start to slow down naturally, and then if I oh yeah, let's just stop.
If there's a median, like a road break.
A road brick, then you're
yeah,
okay.
exactly. That's fine. So,
But either way, people are so stupid. Like it's not a big deal. Yes, you're 20 minutes late getting to where you need to go, but it's
well, you shouldn't have been 20 minutes late. So the guy.
shouldn't have been 20 minutes late.
That's why I leave knowing when the school traffic starts or the bus traffic, and I leave accordingly. Like,
I forget about that.
of course, because you don't have kids.
Yeah, of course. So now, for myself though, again, out of school suspension. That is so dumb. Why are you giving me what I want when that's what I started wanting with in the beginning? I mean,
You're giving
what's
me exactly
the-
what I wanted.
exactly. Yeah. What's
Like
the
for
point?
skipping school.
How-
You get out of school suspension for skipping
know.
school.
Yeah, how are you teaching me a lesson?
Drink.
Happily, maybe he'll listen.
Yeah, you're that drunk.
Did you say spill?
Aw.
'Cause it just did.
Yeah.
See, my boobs.
Yeah, the
would've
worst
caught it.
would be in school suspension. 'Cause then you don't have to
Yes.
hang out
Yeah,
with your
that would have
friends.
been worse. Yeah, but no, they used to do it in our lunchroom, and we used to sit like every 5 tables apart. I'm like,
How did you not end up at Poke Up? You were a bad kid.
because I made friends with I used to play golf with the principal. I made friends with the lunch
That's right,
ladies,
you told
with the
me that.
teachers, and they're like, "No, that's just a young guy just going through his phase. That's okay. He's all right." And I'm like,
Mm.
"Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna take a nap in the library."
Kids don't be like him. Patty.
Teachers who didn't dismiss class until after the bell rings, like
Mm.
they were on their little power trip about you can't leave. Like, yes, the bell rings, but you can't leave until I say you can leave because I'm not done talking. Like, you are a professional. You went to school. You have a job, and your job is to be done with your lesson and done talking by the time that bell rings. like back then I thought, oh no, like we should respect the teacher, but like looking back on it, I'm like, if someone helped, like you got upset that, you know, hey, I need to get out of here and this teacher's talking, but I was always respectful, like, okay, we sit quietly and wait for the teacher to be done talking. But looking back on it, if someone held him out of class and he was late to his next class, he'd be
Right.
pissed.
Because you have typically like
Yeah, you
6 or 7 minutes, maybe 9 minutes, depending on the
We had
size
like
of your.
4,
Oh
3
yeah,
or 4
no,
minutes.
we had
to-
ours was a big size
and
school.
we had
So
4 different buildings.
Yeah,
That were
no,
the main
yeah.
buildings, the place
And
we had
going-
the outside.
And going to an
buildings, like,
upstairs and then going out there.
no,
or-
we had 7 minutes. We had 7 minutes,
Like,
which was
God forbid if you're a female and you have to make the bathroom stop and like, no, there's not enough time to get all that done.
I would go drop my stuff off, then tell her I'm going potty, but I'm here.
yeah. I don't even know. Like I don't even remember
I
like
used to have
the
nightmares
band
about
director.
having a class in building 1
upstairs.
and then building 3.
Yeah.
Like,
But then one
across
upstairs,
the-
a building 3 downstairs.
and, like not making it on time.
Oh, and God forbid if it was a rainy day, because then you can't go through the middle and cut across. You have to
Yeah.
go all the way across all the buildings.
Every hallway where everyone's hanging out. and-
Yeah.
Won't move.
Yep.
Kick 'em
everyone's
down.
out there hanging out
Sparta!
with police.
All right. What about you, Wack?
Oh,
Back.
when kids have an established schedule and they know like we gotta leave at this time, but they still don't get ready on time. So
We're looking at that.
and that's attributed to this guy this morning, Volcano, this morning.
Just every-
We-
every
Before we
day.
went to bed, which is it's all the time, but before we went to bed last night, we gave him the preface of the day and how everything was going to go. That way, he knew how day away from school was going to go. And then even when he got up in the morning, he actually slept in, which was nice. But which is 8 o'clock. But he slept in a little bit, which was cool. And then we get up and we're prepping everything to be on time and everything like that. And he's just
They're like, okay, buddy, go get dressed.
like, we're
And
10 minutes from getting 10 minutes from time to leave, and he's running around in his pajamas. We're like, what are you doing? Like, get changed. We've told you for the past 15 minutes, get changed. I need help. You don't need help. You're 4 years old now. You know how to get dressed. Get changed. So then, like, goes in the bedroom and has
Just
to
lays down on the bed.
lays down on the bed, then and then starts tinkering on Marble Run, and then he has to slam dunk his clothes. That's his thing. So like he's just doing all this stupid stuff just instead of getting ready. And I'm like, okay. And I come out, I'm fully dressed, I'm ready to go. She's blow drying her hair, and I'm like, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I don't care who's ready. Any of you. I'm out the door in 5 minutes.
Hashtag attack.
And yeah, so then he's finally get him in the bedroom. He's just laying on the bed, like, dress me. Like, we're not. Listen, nope.
That's when my hairbrush would come out.
Yeah. No.
Trust me.
So, needless to say, we told him you need to get ready when you're told to get ready, and it still didn't matter. But it just drives me nuts because like this is something. It was something that we absolutely couldn't be late for.
Because
Like,
you only get 15
you got-
minutes with your teacher,
Right.
and then the next people come in.
Anywho,
National trending topics.
that's grinding.
Lasers.
Do you guys remember Aaliyah?
Yes, I saw this and I was
Who
like,
put
oh.
these back? Okay, go ahead.
Wait, what?
No, go.
Okay. So anyways, Aaliyah's music will officially be available on all major digital streaming platforms and physical albums. I'm so excited. I've been looking for a lot of Aaliyah's music to share with Hannah because she loves our generation music so
Yeah.
much. So
Tyler, can you
yay!
get off there so you don't mess with that cable, please? Thank you.
Buddy.
I know, but if you pull that camera down, it's gonna mess up the whole show. Please get down.
And drink.
You can go to your playroom if that would be great.
Frack.
It's got an attitude like a volcano.
It just might
So-
erupt.
So right now, Robinhood, the app where people use for trading,
Yeah.
et cetera, and whatnot, their stocks recently tanked
Uh-oh.
because the existing shareholders, they're planning to share almost $98 million worth of the stock itself. So, and it's funny because people don't think about this, that people, if something goes IPO, it doesn't mean it's going to perform well because it's in the open market. It's the fact that a lot of people may do this. They want it to maybe go IPO and then they sell the shares high and then the company tanks and then it shuts. So they're thinking right now, it's pretty much what it says in the website. It's a dumpster fire is what they're calling it because they're thinking that's going to happen exactly.
But here's the thing: is it's really not, because it started at 38 and it rocketed up because Wall Street Bets jumped in and was like,
Right.
I'm gonna short this.
Yeah.
They're gonna short it. Let's go ahead and jump on. And they jump on, and it was up to 80.
Yeah.
And now it's down to 50.
Yeah.
Ideally, it should have just stayed at 38 and kind of ridden 38, dropped to 30. Typically, it goes down within $5 to $10 of what it launches at. And from there, it will consolidate. And
but the problem is when you have big CEO companies from different equity firms too that jump in and say, people are saying, oh, if they're doing this, that's what makes it skyrocket.
Yeah.
And now you want it to skyrocket at the IPO because why? Because that means that now it's high, it's gone up since. Great, you made a profit on that, and that's where they're going to sell it now. But again, it's coming down to 50. They're just also saying that, unfortunately, which is, I mean, rather true, they are a one-trick pony. The only way they're profitable is that people are doing trades.
But there's the thing that platform allows anybody to get on and trade, and it's a big deal. And if they start pulling in, which it in your world, that doesn't mean it's a good thing. But
Right.
anybody that has $10 that wants to throw it at a stock to give it a try, they can go in and do it, and it's $10.
Right. But at the same time, that's the problem. Remember how they stopped everybody from buying GameStop?
Yeah.
And AMC. So not
Well, they're losing.
They're controlling.
Yeah, when they do that, when they actually do those stop orders and stuff, and that's really bad for them. But at the same time, this is a platform that I don't think is actually going anywhere for a.
Like I said, one trick pony. So it's not viable. But I mean, but you're right, exactly. In my world, it's not going to go. But you're right, $10 here and there, cool. Learn about it. And talking with a client the other day actually, and I'm saying, I'm glad when people jump on those things because again, it means that you want to have financial literacy, you want to learn, or you're interested about it.
Makes them way more interested in what you do because then they come around and go,
exactly. Hey, what do you mean by this? Or what? And that's great. If you don't know by now, you know I'm all about promoting literacy on that, education, but it's just unfortunate that that's going to be going for that. And because again, it's a good start, but
I think it'll wind up being probably around a $60 stock. I don't know that it sets up over 100 or anything like that, but I think that it'll bottom down to maybe $20, $25.
Unless somebody picks it up and helps carry and float it, then yeah. So
I think it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Paddy.
All right. So this is kind of local, but it made national headlines. So our governor DeSantis signed an order for mass choice in schools, or he was withholding funding. So students and their parents have the choice if they want to wear masks or not during the school day. And if schools decide that they are going to require them and mandate them, then they will not receive any funding from the state.
Okay.
I personally love that because I think it needs to be to the parents' choice because teachers, staff, school,
children,
they don't know the medical history of
and they're
the
just
children.
mandating everything for everyone, like
and they like
medical history.
my buddy Chris, I don't know if you saw his post. He flew out to meet with his daughter who was hiking the trail in California.
Yeah.
Flew out, him and his wife flew out there. Well, they had just
Obviously.
Yeah. I remember now about the
complete panic attacks over he can't get the oxygen levels that he needs, that his body feels comfortable, and he just shuts down. And that happens to a lot of people. A lot of these things, people don't understand the medical history of other people. They're just looking at it going, you need to stop spreading this disease. And it's like, okay, but the box tells you that this stuff doesn't even really work. Oh, well, doctors are, I get all of that, but you can't tell somebody how to dictate their medical when you don't know their medical. Like there's too many sides of it. I'm glad it's parents' choice.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's up to the parents because I don't need other people
It
telling me.
always should have been.
Yeah.
In my personal, and I'm not scientific, I'm not
Right.
pro
This isn't- yeah.
negative. It always should have been the parents' choice.
Yeah, I nothing to do with politics.
At all.
But
But if I want my kid to sit on a bed of fire ants, then that's my choice for them to sit on a bed of fire
Be
ants.
careful, EJ,
Why did you immediately go to him instead of her?
because I know you.
Well, and some people spank their children and some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's my choice if I want to beat his butt. Hey,
Again, be careful, man.
Mine is the Olympics. So the Olympics went on over the last couple of weeks. Parts of it were incredible, parts of it were me, and parts of it was woke and blah, blah, blah. The media headlines pushed this whole woke Olympics.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of that. I watched the
I
Olympics.
saw great
now,
teamwork.
and I saw a lot of great teamwork. Saw a lot of camaraderie between the countries,
Yeah, I saw a
Um,
lot of
a lot of nationalism, a lot of, to me,
Positive nationalism.
yeah, I loved watching the Olympics. I didn't like the protocols that had to be put in with the masks and everything like that, because I want to see people's smiles when they
I
get
don't
their medals.
understand why
They were tested, they had their masks off doing everything they were doing,
all their
and then
sports,
you got to
and
put a
then
mask on to
to stand on the
accept
podium.
your
But
medal.
I mean, I'm glad I didn't see swimmers do that. That would have been rough.
They've all been tested. They've all been tested.
It was daily,
Like-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
They've all been tested, everything like that. But either way, like I wanted to see those smiles and didn't get that. So that's kind of a bummer. I have to see it in digital photos that are on the internet, not the actual person smile. But I was excited to see how many countries won for the first time.
Yeah, that
was- First time,
Was it the
like-
Philippines where they won a gold for the first time? or something?
Netherlands won a couple
Yeah.
for the first time, and
So see, this is all a ploy to get the U.S. down, and so you can win gold.
Oh yeah, no, but I was very excited to see just all the different countries that won, all the countries that were represented.
What was the one where they actually had to? I think it was a 500-meter run for the men's, where they actually shared the gold.
Yeah.
Yes,
And that
Yeah,
was
you saw them bantering each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
smiling. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
and that's the first time that gold has been shared since 1912
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
I was watching
So
that video on the way here.
or,
I-
or 1927. I'm sorry, something around there. But
I didn't like the way that we ended up watching our coverage, because we had to go in and through an app and watch it through the NBC app and blah blah blah. I felt like we didn't get some of the experience that we typically get, but at the same time, I really enjoyed sitting around for a week and watching the Olympics. We had
it
a
was.
good time.
I understand why there's many different stations covering different things, because there's so much going on at the same
Yes,
time.
there's
But I
a
couldn't
million
keep up
different
with something.
stations.
I'm like, did you see this? Or did you see that? I'm like,
So
no.
we did the
Give me the
Fire
highlights.
TV app for NBC Olympics. And just watch.
Just give me the
from there,
highlights.
And then we got to pick the highlight replays, and if there's any sports that we wanted to watch in particular, we could pick those and watch them.
So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Hopefully everybody got to enjoy it. And some of it is it over? Did it conclude? I thought there was
I don't.
the men
think
I think
still-
men's basketball made it to the gold USA.
I
so
don't even
think
know.
they're
I haven't been able to watch it.
in a gold.
Yeah. So
I
Chad,
just
let
watch
us know what the hell is
TikToks.
happening with the Olympics right now.
Somewhere.
So all right, now let's go into
Local.
Dixieland's Biscuits and Benedict's plans to open in November. I don't know
Oh,
if you
cool.
guys have been driving by that to see it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think
it's
of
over
it.
there.
Where the old 1961 used to be,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Beacon Road.
That is Beacon.
Yeah.
He is correct. So anyways, I've been watching it be built since I tend to drive down that way for whatever reason, make a mistake and drive down that freaking way. But yeah, kind of excited
Go
for
check
that.
out the road day.
With a
Um,
jacked up truck with, fat tires
No
on it.
parking in the back.
What, my
Apparently,
truck?
we're revisiting that.
They're revisiting it.
Imagine that.
Hopefully enough people show up. And
We'll see.
play.
That my big truck can't fit down there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Big booty truck.
Big booty
Semis,
trucks.
Yeah. Like I'll move them to Hardin.
Mm.
I'll just shift around.
So-
Okay.
And this right here, actually, my local trending is again. I got to give out a shout out to Grady Judd on this one, because he's always been big on stings and operations and things like that. And this one was a child predator sting, and they caught 17 people. 3 of them worked for Disney. One was a lifeguard at Disney. Another one, I think, they said was a teacher.
Now I want to look at the pictures.
Yeah, I know. That's the first thing I did. I'm like, look for names and pictures. I was like, I hope I don't
There's
know.
one guy coming from California.
Yeah. One guy from LA. He came from all the way from LA, left his family behind to come do this over here. I'm like, this is like the most dangerous. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm not promoting it, but I'm saying out of all places you could have chosen, you have heard of Grady Judd, right? So, but anyway,
I can't click the picture
yeah. So that's good.
because he looks familiar.
You find it on their website.
Yeah, and this is the first time actually they've caught a woman.
Yeah, it's
Where's there a
it was
woman? Oh, I see her.
couple
That's a
that
woman.
wanted to
Yeah.
have a threesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she was guy with glass right there.
Mm,
Yeah, because
he looks familiar too.
why do you know all these big heathens?
Yeah,
So yeah, but I mean, big shout out again to catching them. Again doing all these things. So it's things that we don't see in the underbelly of our world, because thank God that we're here. First world problems like, oh no, the lights too dim. Whatever. It's fine actually. Thank you.
Turn off
But-
the lights.
So yeah. So but it was really good. I mean, seeing that these things are still happening. unfortunately under our noses, but at the same time, these things are happening as far as the stings operations
Well,
to
if the
help.
media would report it a little more, maybe that would come to light a lot more. But
Yeah,
no,
so we're reporting as best we can too. We try to spread the awareness.
really trying to divide everybody.
So
Mine was a little
Green
happier.
card.
The back to school sales tax holiday is going on now through the 9th, August 9th.
So-
And thank
so,
God for that.
Yeah, you can buy school supplies, back to
Clothes.
school clothes, shoes, all that tax free.
nice.
So that's nice. And computers up to $1,000 for electronics up to $1,000. Not phones.
Okay,
not phones.
Castle.
Okay.
Which is crazy to me because the kids take phones and not computers. But whatever.
Ah,
Mine is, well, first, I have a quick one. If you competed in the Mortal Kombat tournament tonight at Galaxy Bar in Lakeland, hit us up. I want to hear how that went. Because that's pretty cool. They had a Mortal Kombat tournament.
Nice.
Like the video game?
Yeah, video game.
So
Yeah,
what
not like don't dress up as like Raiden and
No,
Sub-Zero and
Just
fight each other in the parking lot. or
I sure
anything.
electricity, tasers.
Like, yeah, so game version Mortal Kombat 1. So really cool, really cool. Kudos to Galaxy Bar and Danielle and all them for hosting that. And then my actual one is Catapult Lakeland is having their grand opening Monday, August 23rd.
Oh,
Is
nice.
this
From-
3.0?
I think so. 5 to 7 p.m. It's the downtown one where basically over by where the skate park was.
Well,
the
that's not the joinery. so-
yeah, right next to the joinery.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
beautiful building.
Right next to the joiner. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
the next
one.
building.
Yeah, but
Um,
the next to the joinery is
Made that
actually
mistake.
it's
Yeah,
the-
we made that mistake. It's the
We
first
gotta be-
modern building when you turn on me.
Yeah. So
Rather than
because
the
I'm
one
sorry,
next.
the first thing next to the joinery is actually the train station.
Yeah.
mhm.
Then it's right there.
And the train
Thank
No,
station.
there's another modern.
There's another
Oh, I'm sorry,
really
yeah,
modern
yeah.
building in front of the
Oh
train
yeah,
station.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
I'm
got a
sorry.
parking garage downstairs. I don't know what it is.
No, no,
we
no.
tried to go in.
Yeah, we're like, no, that's
Not
not it. We parked it. And we didn't try to go.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, but we have been Cody, my developer, has a
Office.
office there. So it's very cool, very trendy-ish, I guess. I don't know, very
Industrial.
industrial,
Modern, yeah.
really cool spot. Nice. They've got their office spaces that you can lease in there are incredibly inexpensive, like $280, $300 for the month. For a one-person office, for a real
Oh, wow.
office, it's $180 or something like that. If you want just a co-working open
Like an Open
space,
space and you can hook
Um,
up.
That's gonna really infringe on Kate Lake with my office.
not really. It's kind of no, because each of them are limited in the number of spaces that they can have and have their different benefits and what they can do. I think that because there's so much business in Lakeland and there's so many entrepreneurs in the Lakeland Polk County area, I think that there's more than enough for
Okay.
both, and they both feel like they have their own niche.
That's true.
and
That's true because when I
style.
think of Catapult, I think more, like the new business entrepreneur trying to
it's-
get things started. I think of Kate's location more like the established business,
Yes.
Yeah.
maintaining for long term and
Yeah.
Yeah,
etc.
but
And that is really what it's designed for because
Yeah.
Sport is very invested in Catapult.
Right.
yeah,
right.
and it's very cool though. It's a very nice space. So congrats to them. Very cool working space with.
Cool.
They got a maker studio in there, so you can go in if
With,
you
like,
want
woodworking machines.
3D printers
3D
and
printers.
CNC machines and everything like that. You can bring your stuff in.
So in
And-
1.0, they had a full kitchen that's where
Oh,
actually
they
Yes,
also
Jerron
they
started.
have that too.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you knew. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff in there. So it's really cool. So if you get a chance Monday, August 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m., they are doing a grand opening that is welcome to the public. So. Someone, something awesome. Shout out.
It's like broken fire.
Volcano would like to shout out Blippy and a fire truck.
Awesome.
Blippy got engaged. He's gonna get married. He got engaged this weekend. One of his big character.
Oh, okay.
Blippy, but he got it in real life. He got engaged.
Okay.
We followed him.
No, Jason Hamlin and a couple other people posted. And I saw it and I was like, okay, Blippy's
Right.
engaged. Who cares? Like, what do you? Oh, real life. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like in the shows. Like
yeah, like
it's awkward you're following.
it's a
fast.
show. Like, yeah, I don't follow Blippy.
It's like Minnie Mouse is engaged. What?
Yeah, Mickey's new story.
Can't
So
you-
I already gave kudos to Kay, just being that person that can, take your kids school shopping or whatever, but just in general, having a supportive significant other, whether it's emotional, financial, physical, or whatever, and you don't have to ask. So they just see a need, whatever it might be, and they just step up and they just do it. So it's really kudos to Kay, but there's other step up dads, step up moms that just are there, and you didn't know that you needed it until they did it.
And that's the best part is when they get you to, because it's not going to be immediate. When they get you to know you well enough to be like, without asking, you're like, hey, here's this, and then you're like,
Oh, thanks. I needed that. I didn't even know I needed it.
yeah. So my something awesome is thank you to allergy medicine. Yeah, seriously. It's been killing me these last 3 weeks, actually. I've been you can't hear me. I'm still like, you guys. But yeah. So allergy
Delta Rona.
No, I can still smell.
No,
So-
that's not a new that's not a new one. It's the throat and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, you got that Rona.
no, nope, it's just sinuses, not throat.
Mhm. It's all
Sinus infections don't exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
Like the
Everything's
flu.
They're
They
real.
don't.
So sinus, no, it's not called sinus infection. It's called Rona Light.
It's been relabeled and they have a test for it, but that test doesn't test for that. So
Oh, okay. all right.
Yes.
so you just get labeled as it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
Cool.
like case numbers are 30
So,
I will not be labeled.
so you need to quarantine for 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
minutes. Just bring alcohol.
Now you're telling me.
Just for alcohol.
So yeah, exactly.
All right. Mine was Tyler's new
Drink.
teacher. Yeah, sorry. Volcano's new
Volcano's
teacher.
new teacher.
Sent out an email introducing herself to all the parents in the class.
Aw.
Like, and basically said, gave her like a little life story about her. And it was like really sweet. So I
Aw.
thought that was really nice that she was open and willing to share about her personal family life. And then she also sent him a little postcard in the mail that said, "Welcome home." And
Aw.
then today we
Nice.
went in and got to meet her, and she had a little gift for him and a gift for mommy.
That's an awesome teacher.
Yeah, she's super sweet. It's gonna be nice.
Do you have an Amazon wish list?
Yeah, really.
They, a lot are
She's-
doing
She
that.
said,
like,
"I do, but I don't need anything right now." And we're like, okay, because we just know like teacher, and we told her we're like we have a lot of friends that are teachers, and we know how much you have to fund yourself,
And like we want him to have an awesome school experience. So if we need to
If there's
have fun
anything,
things
then-
for class, then
Heck yeah.
And I think that
So
this school, they
they provide more.
we're
than-
paying a very high tuition. So
So now I'm thinking also, I mean, if you're able to, we're not saying you have to, but if you're able to help out your local teachers again, as they're saying right now, the tax-free thing is going on until August 9th. So you got 4 days left, really. If you're able to, if you can, obviously, hey, make your money work for you. I get it.
and people don't think about how like $10 goes a very
Yeah,
long
yeah,
way
it's-
in kids' school supplies on tax free. Like
A
10
pack-
bottles
a
of
packet
glue
of-
is 10 bottles of glue. You know.
Yeah, a packet of, little, the scissors, whatever, a packet of, pencils, something, a bag of erasers or something like that. So
You have
never
old books
know.
that your kids aren't reading. Drop them off at the school because they go
Oh,
through books.
the
they get
tech stuff. Remember
ripped
somebody was
apart all the time.
posted to you about that, about electronic, yeah.
Donating old tech, and also a lot of people are really against supporting the teachers for whatever reason, but what about the kids that want to play sports? They need advertisements or donations of not school, but shoes, uniforms, just
All that stuff.
if you've got money that you need to throw out, for your taxes, there's a kid that needs it.
Okay, I was say money wise, because like shoe wise, no kid can fit into my 10, size 10 shoe.
Well, I know, but
All
if
those
you
kids
were
are short,
going to
size
sponsor
13.
me $1,000 to buy
No, right,
15
right.
pairs of shoes,
That's why I said money. Yeah, like my
You
shoe
know.
size, no high school varsity kid's gonna fit into my shoe size, even though it's a 10.
not true.
Have you seen how big those football players are?
I'm thinking basketball, and
Oh,
I can
okay.
name like 10 kids right now that could wear that.
Okay, well I don't really wear. those
All right,
shoes.
over to me. Stay on target. Brilliant Minds Academy is my something awesome shout out. Tyler's been going there. Volcano has been going there since he was 2. They were incredible. Every school goes through its own little cycles of,
Yep.
of everything, of all things that could possibly happen, especially during the pandemic. But they were incredible, and Miss Cherry,
You can tell how like
it's just-
all the people there just care so much about the kid.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just a job and they
yeah, it's not just a job, and we realize that that's the case with a lot of teachers, and they're just not getting that recognition. But the admin staff there is just absolutely incredible, and Miss Cherry has been so good to Tyler. Volcano. And so yeah, we had some tears when we left on Wednesday, just because it was very, very tough to 2 years. He was the baby. He came in just able to walk, and in the class and making all of his friends and stuff like that. And she made sure that even if he wasn't old enough, she moved him up into the classes that he was excelling through. So he got bumped over twice. He got pushed up into a class that he shouldn't have been in based on age. But he got moved up, and it allowed him to excel. And I'm thankful that
Yeah, and we
she
were telling
took the
his
time.
new teacher today about all the things that he already knows, and she's like, "Can I ask what school he went to?"
That's awesome.
Do you want to get
High five, Volcano.
No.
air five?
Oh.
Like this.
Ooh,
There you go.
air high five.
Air five.
You are no longer my nephew.
Oh,
Busted.
rejected.
You better go
That's
get
a
some
bummer.
O's.
No, let's wait until so he doesn't trip over courts.
Right?
All right.
Please
What do
don't.
we got memes
Rain.
before we get all
Yeah.
sentimental.
So, Frick, will you start
Ew.
us off, please?
Who's my hand?
Moms be like, back to school.
I know. I was having a hard time writing numbers.
Listen,
So I gotta.
when you work from home, or I don't know, when your kid has been in school
You gotta
and
stay at
doing
home. Most stay at home moms. So like, because then like your summer is like your full time, like literally your full time. Your kids are there every second and every day. When they're in school, at least you have that time. Where they're-
I have full access to my bathroom during the day because my children are out there. So there's
Yeah.
that.
See, I think it's different when and it might be different with teenagers or whatever, but he was
our home all the
he
time.
was in school all summer.
He was in
So
kindergarten.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, he was in school. Yeah,
yeah, they were still learning.
he was still there all summer. So for us, it's like this is just we got a couple days off. So okay, yeah. Now the next today, yeah, tomorrow and Monday, yeah, we see what you guys see all summer.
Like, go away. Go take a nap.
Well, for any fellow individuals who do not have children, this is for you because how I feel every day because I have no kids.
That you know about.
So next one is Paddy.
So
He purposely
ruined my
I
meat.
guess
He's
that's
still
like-
purposely not doing it.
not
Justin.
everyone, but a lot of people do those back to school signs, and you're like, "Oh, my class," and
Yeah.
you know, I like
What is-
pickles and whatever.
That says what? First day of kindergarten?
The mom is holding a Starbucks and
Yeah, and like a mimosa. Oh no, that's a.
yeah, like some tequila.
Oh geez.
And-
Oh yeah, it's a Patron bottle.
Yeah, she's
Her sign
Margarita.
says,
Yeah,
"Bye,
margarita.
Felicia," and her daughter's in the background with her backpack and her little sign, like first.
It's
My first day of
That's
kindergarten.
gonna be mommy next year. And mine was "Have a good day, dear," because in some blue states, that's basically kind of how it is. They send you back
A lot
in
of
your-
them are still staying virtual.
in your hazmat
Yeah.
suit. So
You know, I wish I as a kid I would have had a hazmat suit. How cool would that have been? Let's be honest. Come on.
you just wore it to school at
Hell
random
yeah.
times, like, "Oh, I got, I'm
That reminds me
not
of-
feeling well."
Yeah,
That reminds me of the dinosaur costume.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
no, but for me, here's the thing. Like, well, you can't wear that. You gotta take it off. Like, I'm wearing nothing underneath.
Then you get sent home.
And now you
Then
can,
I get what I
now
want once again.
you can never visit the elementary school again. All right, on to the
Not
bracket.
this. No, that's no, that's not Mr.
Bracket.
All right, these
You
are
say bracket.
school subjects.
Wack
So, what was your favorite school subject growing up?
All right. So today I'm going to keep it simple. It's just going to be you watching us right here. We're going to talk about it. So
I like it. We don't have any photos for the
Oh
random.
I
yeah,
know, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can show like
All right.
you know what these are.
History or geography? Which
Well,
do you
we know- we
prefer?
Man, that's a tough one.
We know hers already. Come on.
That's a tough one because I really liked geography,
She
but
just said it.
I do like
so
it. I think I liked history more.
I agree.
I like geography. So I'll drink alone.
History.
Yeah, with nobody else.
it.
Bracket. School subjects.
All right. So, this is mean.
I didn't do this. She did it.
Yeah. Cool. Real funny. English or foreign language?
I
Really?
like foreign language.
I
Classes
aced.
better
I
than English classes.
I hate English, so I'm going foreign language.
I liked English.
I aced my English classes. We
I
don't
was
have
always an
anything to
advanced English, but I never liked the class. I always did well in it, but I never liked the class.
I don't know if I've told the story before or not, but in my Spanish class, my teacher called my mom, thinking that I was in drugs or doing something or whatever, because no offense, please, just don't get at me, chap, but just understand here for a second. She's from Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Her
that's right.
Spanish, there are going to be some
Yeah,
differences, and I'm used to the Castilian, sorry, proper Spanish, not a lot of the slang Spanish, and she would get mad at me because I wouldn't say it her way. I'm like, but that's not how you pronounce that. And so she thought I was being defined or on drugs or whatever. And my mom, I was like, I told her, I'm like, you're gonna get a call from her. And I was like, well, I don't want you thinking that I'm being mean. I'm not doing any of these things or whatever. I'm not being defiant. I'm just listen to her. And my mom was like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, so again, no offense to any, Caribbean, countries or anything like that, but some things are said a little differently and whatever else. And I'm used to the Castilian proper Spanish. I'm not saying that's improper in other countries. I'm
I
just
didn't
saying
know that there was a definitive word for that. 'Cause
yeah,
I thought it was,
it's not just because Spanish is if it's a country from Spain.
okay.
Latinos it's from a Latin American country, so Spain is not Latin.
Makes sense,
So-
but I apologize. Obviously, why I did not choose geography. My bad.
That's cool, that's cool. So okay, so we went 50-50 on this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna flip this. I don't know what it is, but all right. So
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
the one right, okay, the one we see the logo is English. The other one is foreign language. Ready?
Go.
Go.
Logo. What did I say?
Logo was top.
Logo is top.
Okay, so that's logo. Okay,
So
so
foreign
nope,
language?
foreign language. All right.
We would.
The foreigners win.
Next.
Algebra or geometry? I'm going to algebra.
No.
Yeah, no to each. So my freshman year, I was in geometry. Because I was
You're
I
smart.
was
I was
thinking about putting
so my
specifics, but
my
not-
friend my freshman year I was in geometry and there were juniors in there and they picked on me for my shoes because I wear starter shoes because in California starter was popular,
Mm-hmm.
so I wear starter
Yeah,
shoes
You
Had
got
a starter jacket.
Yeah. and so they picked on me, so I didn't like my geometry, but
didn't
I
like my
really
bucket
liked
size.
geometry, but algebra, just algebra because I don't understand how 2 letters equal a number, but I do now.
I love algebra. Because now you're messing with my money.
X plus Y equals 4.
Well, that means
Okay,
that X equals-
3,
X
1,
X is
5.
1, Y is 3.
It took me a little while. but I
4,
didn't like it.
0. Yeah. So are we
And don't forget invisible.
are we algebra?
We're all algebra.
Algebra.
All right. Electives, computer, business, vocational, or performing arts, drama band, chorus. You know which one I'm taking.
Performing arts. I was on all of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the computer.
Talents, man.
Except band, I wasn't performing. I was in drama, of course.
Yeah, I'm
We gotta clip those.
All right.
Performance.
So history or algebra?
History.
History, yeah. Even though I'm the financial guy, I hate numbers.
My stepdad was great at algebra. That's the only reason I ended up being good at it. Thank you.
Patty, we're not gonna wait for you to answer. We just all know already.
Yeah.
Who can't spell foreign again?
Not for
If I had SKIN, it's foreskin. Who spelled this wrong?
It was me. Well, the second time was me.
Okay, the
I
first
spelled it.
time was
So I just spelled it however it was
the
there.
women can't spell foreign.
It
No,
didn't recorrect.
no,
me.
it's not.
for it says for gin. I am not for gin. I'm against.
Does
gin.
your guy say that your first one still say foreign?
That one says foreign?
No, wrong?
No.
No, the first one is right. FOREIG. Foreign.
Whatever.
Oh,
I just think it's funny because
oh,
I didn't know who did the bracket, and I was like, who spells it like foreskin? It was her.
no, I did that one. This one.
Yeah, she
No,
did that one.
I changed that.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we
you
should-
guys can't see the bracket. It's just funny the way that,
Yeah. All right.
that both
Okay.
ladies had spelled foreign.
Okay, so foreign language or performing arts?
Performing arts.
Performing arts,
I'm gonna perform.
100%. History or performing arts?
Performing arts.
Performing arts.
History.
I'd go, which one am I still using? Because one of them's being canceled. The other one, I play in a band. Performing arts.
I don't like performing arts because I had to perform.
I
I
don't, I don't do well in front of
in front
crowds.
of people. Nope.
So performing arts wins. Look at that! Look at that! Taking over the world, nerds, and dorks and dweebs and geeks and any other ones I can't remember right now.
Yeah, we're almost done with our meeting.
Yes, and you owe us 3 drinks, by the way.
I took 2. I took 1. I'll take the other 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chop chop.
All right, well,
Took 1 while I'm holding him. I was like, oh, there we go.
This ought to end well.
Shut
Well,
up.
and then I moved this cup closer, and he's like, "Is that dad juice?" And I was like, "No, it's water in it. It's just water, but still." Here you go. What? I didn't think you were going to do our sign off with us, so you want to come up here and do the sign off? All right, come here.
All right, come on,
You gotta
Volcano.
stop the video though. We'll pause it and then you can watch more of it in a minute. Come up and do the sign off.
All right.
Where is it?
I'll teach
You
you.
just gotta say.
Yeah, he should read the closing quote.
He's gonna read the. All right. Say. All right. Here is the closing quote. Say, here's the closing quote.
That's what they quote.
Respect your parents.
The good parents,
They pass school
they pass school
without
without
Google.
Google.
There you go.
You're welcome.
And say, don't forget,
Don't forget,
if you want to donate
you want to go read.
or sponsor us,
Sasa,
visit
visit,
ffpw.live.
FFPW, go.
Live.
Yeah. And then say, sign out of social media.
That's social media.
Turn off the news.
Track the news.
Don't text and drive.
Go cut the drive.
Stop for the buses.
Stop the buses.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Being clear.
He sounds like me after a good show.
Didn't kill himself. Say Epstein
I think
didn't
good
kill himself.
cursor.
1, 2, 3, 4. See ya!